Granville Barrett is the president of the Tri-Community Volunteer Ambulance Co. And they serve the areas of East Flatbush, Crown Heights and Bronxville with some 200,000 residents in the area of emergency medical care and also doing some other community service. Now, this came out of the mere fact that EMS has not been providing too much of an efficient service in these communities to the people who are residents there, and so we had the call coming out. But don't let me tell you too much about it. Let Mr. Barrett do such. First of all, let me say welcome to CultureShare.
Oh, thank you very much.
The Tri-Community Volunteer Ambulance Co. Obviously a need that arose out of inefficient service from the EMS. How is it going now?
Well, it's going pretty good. We've been running, say, like 6 days a week, sometimes 7, and we're not fully running 24 hours a day. From Thursday through Sunday, we run 24 hours a day, and we need more volunteers right now to run 24 hours a day. And the community has been accepting us since we started. You know, they're aware now that we're out there. We're making a difference in the community.
So you take care of the emergency services, of the emergency situations, shootings, stabbings, you know, people losing consciousness, having, you know, sickness at the spur of the moment and needing emergency care.
Right. We do pre-hospital care. Anything that a person could become ill of, we take care of that. We basically have emergency medical technicians and paramedics, and also first responders. Like, first responders is not fully an emergency medical technician. They're only, first aid, little basic first aid. There's certain things they can do, and so then we have the advanced also.
This is an astronomical task, taking into consideration that you're dealing with some 200,000 residents across the Crown Heights, East Flatbush and Bronxville area that hosts unemployed people, people on public assistance, drug users, drug abusers, people who are wounded as a result of being involved in drugs. I mean, this is a heated area.
It's very, it's very, because sometimes we, our members ourselves, got to be careful out there, because even on the corner where we have our headquarters, some of the times, bullet flying out there. Members go to the store, they have to be like dodging bullets, like Dodge City. Sometimes we don't even have to drive the ambulance. We just run down the street with our bags and treat right there.
I'd like to re-emphasize this. You are doing this because the responses from EMS have not been satisfactory. Too much time is taken to respond to these communities, and it is felt by the Co that the reason for this is because the people are poor, they are underprivileged, and so maybe they are looked at in terms of just being statistics. But you saw them as human beings that need basic care.
Right. Basically, why I started it is, we have an incident which happened in the community. One of my vice president has a tenant which she called for the ambulance. It's unfortunate this time the ambulance didn't take long to come. It came. But what happened, what he told me was that it was in the summer, it was hot, and the ambulance, the lady heard the siren coming. She heard the siren died out, so she waited, maybe they're coming to ring the bell. But she waited a few minutes and nothing. So she take a peek through the window. She saw the ambulance downstairs. So she came downstairs and she saw the 2 guys in the ambulance. So she goes outside and rap on the window. They had the window up because the air conditioner were going. And they asked them, did you come to such and address? They said, yes, we'll be right there. So she said, my sister is on the floor. She don't think she's breathing. They said, we'll be right there. Only to know that these 2 guys who work for the service, public servants, were sitting down, finishing up their lunch. While the person is upstairs, the person come out, somebody come out and tell the person's on the floor not breathing. As a professional, you should, get out. The first thing you shouldn't be coming there eating lunch anyway. You get a call, put your lunch away, go respond to the call. When you finish your lunch, when you finish your call, you eat your lunch. So they did not. She went back upstairs. She made another phone call. The person on the phone said, "Ma'am, we show the ambulance there," because, you know, they have computers to show that the ambulance is there. So she said, "Yes, you see an ambulance outside, but they're not coming in." So the dispatcher in turn was dispatching not an ambulance. When they heard they had the ambulance coming and turned the corner, then they got out. When they went upstairs, it was too late. The lady was dead. You know, she died from cardiac arrest, which if they, I don't say they could save her, but they had showed the initiative and gone the first time they came on the scene. Maybe that woman might be still alive, and might be she would not, but we would know, because they did not do what they were taught. And as an employee of the emergency medical service myself, that's not the way we are taught. If you get a call, all calls are considered an emergency until you get there and find out that it's not an emergency. You're supposed to respond with your light and siren, get out as you would get out, fast as you think it was somebody shot or stabbed. All calls are supposed to treat this as an emergency. And I've been in that neighborhood for 17 years. I worked for EMS for 10, and this is my 11th year with EMS. I worked for 10, and I've seen work in other areas. People in other areas, the people who have, say, a few dollars, better house, better job, they get better treatment. I've seen it. They get better treatment. They come in the neighborhood, they call the people scales. They got all kind of name for them. They go in your house, they don't look at the person who they go, they look what you have in your house, why your house is so dirty and all that garbage. That's not what they're there for. They're there to take care of the patient.
I am concerned because service organizations or volunteer organizations getting support among the African American or Caribbean American communities have not been too positive. There's a lot of negativity among black people to get together to serve communities in organizations that are volunteer for that matter.
Right.
How are you all dealing with this kind of situation?
It's pretty hard, but we try, because first thing personally, oh, it's not going to work and things like that. And, you know, we're thinking positive. We know it will work. We have people who enthusiasm about the idea, and it works in other communities. I don't see why it can't work in the black community. Bedford-Stuyvesant was the first one who started as the only black in the nation. We are the only black Caribbean in the nation now, and it's working, but people take a time before they grasp onto things, and it's like they have to see out there, because they get so much ripped off in their life, like, oh, there's another rip-off. That's how when we just started, oh, this is another hurry come up, or this is another rip-off things. They thought, you know, you're just going out to look at dollars, because I was handing out flyers to tell them when we were starting, this is what we're doing. Oh, I'm not interested. I said, you know, if you just take it and read what it is, I'm not begging you anything. We're trying to give you something. Yeah. But our people, they don't take time out just to stop, read, and listen. You could be giving them $1 million. If you don't say, here's $1 million, they're not going to listen. You know, if you say, here's a piece of paper, read about it. They take it from you and crumble it and throw it right now. Don't even read it.
I have never had any experience in emergency medical service. I know nothing about the emergency medical service. If somebody, you know, collapses, I, you know, cannot administer any treatment to them. But I have a dire interest to serve the community and to help the less fortunate. How do I get involved in the CO, and how will I be trained so that I can give efficient service when that need arises?
Okay, the first thing you would do is get involved, come down to Tri-Community. We are willing to train you. The first thing basically we do with our people who come in off the street who knows nothing, the first thing we teach them is CPR. That's cardiopulmonary resuscitation. That is to have them recognize when a person is down, what to look for, signs and symptoms, check if the person is breathing, check if the person has a pulse. If the person does not have a pulse, teach them how to pump the heart to start it again, teach them how to breathe for the person. You know, that's the basic thing. That you don't have to have any tools, no skills for that. Just your hands and your lungs. That's all you need. It's basically what we started with. Then we get them into the first aid program, which basically teach you how to stop bleeding, how to bandage, how to splinter, fracture, broken bones, how to stop a nosebleed, how to recognize signs of them. Then you go further down into the emergency medical technician course, which teach you the basics of pre-hospital care, anything that a person could sick from. We teach you the signs and symptoms, how to treat it, and give that person care until they get to a medical facility. We just been, TRICOM has been recognized by the MAC committee is for an advanced life support. We are going to be one of the first volunteer ambulance corps in the state of New York to do that. An advanced life support is like, we have the paramedics who will start an IV, we do cardiogram, draw blood, and administer drugs.
Mr. Barrett, let me say that the task is a very great one, but it's one that is really needed in the community. And the way the climate is now in the country, in order for our own to survive, we have to take care of our own, and we have to look out for ourselves. And that community mindedness and taking care of the less fortunate in terms of health, I think it's an enormous task, and one that is in dire need in the community. We would like to urge the viewers to please support. If you're interested in becoming a volunteer, you get in contact. Look on your screen right now, and this is the number and the address where you can call or go to if you'd like to get involved. And we really call upon you to please get involved, because we do need to take care of our own. It's a volunteer organization that goes to the depth and the heart of the community. And we like to say once again, congratulations to the Tri-Community Volunteer Ambulance Co. and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And hope that you get all the support that you need.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Barrett, thank you too.
Thank you.